All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is locate your micro USB port. And on the A6400, it's right there. Now, here's the cable that came with the camera. It's got a micro USB on one side and a regular larger USB on the other side. So you're going to want to plug the micro USB into the micro USB port on your camera. And I'm using the A6400 here. It is the top port on that particular camera. It says USB on the side of the camera. Then you're going to want to take the other end of that cable and plug it right into your computer, assuming you have a regular USB port on your computer. I actually don't. I have USB-C ports because they're Thunderbolt ports on my MacBook Pro. So I have to use this little dongle adapter here. And basically I just plugged the USB cable into the little dongle, and then I plugged the dongle into my laptop. But the concept is the same. You're basically just plugging it into your computer, and at that point, all you really got to do is turn the camera on. All right, so once you have the camera all plugged in, you just need to turn it on. And when you turn the camera on, it's going to automatically pop up these new drives. Like basically the SD card is going to show up as these external drives, it looks like. All right, so like I was saying, when you plug the camera in and you have Lightroom open, this import dialog box should automatically pop up. But if it does not, let me just show you how to do that. So here, if you're in Lightroom, you basically just go to the library module by clicking right here, the library word. And then down here on the left, you have this import option. Now you can click that import option. You could then import photos from wherever you want. You don't have to import them from the memory card that you just inserted. You could import them from other drives, like you might have external drives that you store your archived photos on. You could then click that drive here as long as it's plugged in. But in this case, I'm going to select the SD card. Now, I already imported these photos to my computer a while back. So what I wanted to show you was over here, there is an option here, don't import selected duplicates. And I always have that checked because a lot of times I will use the same memory card over the course of a month and I don't format the card. I leave the files on there just in case my hard drive fails or whatever the case may be. But if you check this, don't import suspected duplicates, it'll automatically cancel out anything that it already sees on the hard drive. So normally, like I said, I leave this feature checked. But in this case, I'm going to uncheck it because I just wanted to show you how this works. Now, you have different types of files here. I have video files and I have photo files. So this is a RAW file and this is a video file. If you go down here to the bottom, you have a sort by media type. So you can look at your files by file type if you want, like so, and that'll organize it in order of files. So all your video footage, for example, will be at the end and your photos will be at the beginning. So it's much easier to select images or files that you don't want. Like in this case, I never import my video into Lightroom, so I would uncheck those files. And it's easy to do that when they're all organized neatly. But if the files are sprinkled throughout, it can be a little bit harder to find. Now over here on the right-hand side, you have your options to build previews. I always have it set to standard. So this way, when you go to look at your photos after they import, you have a nice crisp view of it. A 1:1 is a full resolution preview, and that will take up more room on your hard drive. But if you want to see your photos and you just want to click on them and zoom into 100%, they will already be rendered if you select the 1:1 option. But it will take longer to import because it imports the files and then it will create those 1:1 previews. Now you can also build smart previews. You can actually create a second copy right here if you check this box and save it to an external drive for backup purposes, for example, which is a really powerful feature, especially if you're doing professional work or you're just, very diligent about your archiving. You can also add the files to a collection, which is what I do a lot of times when I'm reviewing equipment. So I have a collection set called reviews, and then within reviews, I have all these other pieces of equipment that I review. So I would just select whatever folder I wanted, or collection set, let's say, and it would automatically add them to that collection on import. So that's a nice, powerful feature, and it'll keep you nice and organized and speed up your workflow. Now, you can do other things like renaming files and stuff if you want. I actually just leave them as is normally, but you can rename them to a date, and stuff like that, and if you like to archive your stuff that way. Scrolling down here, you can also develop your files during import. So if you have a particular preset that you've saved or created or want to use, you can default apply that preset to all your photos during import. So that'll also save you a lot of time and potential workflow. Same thing with metadata. You can create different metadata presets and apply that, for if you're using multiple photographers, multiple, different cameras, things like that. You can have different presets there to help organize. In here, you can put keywords like, Disney vacation, or like, for example, I would put Layla and Jace in here on mine because there's pictures of Jace and Layla. And whenever I take pictures of those guys, I always put their names in the keywords area. And then if you scroll down here, the destination, you can decide how you want the photos to be organized. What I like to do is I like to have them in my pictures right here. As you can see, I have the pictures folder, and I have this subfolder stuff. I don't have it checked. I just leave it like that. Now it's automatically going to put it in a folder 2020, which is already here, and then it's going to put it in 829. So if I scroll down, it's actually going to go into the folders down here on the day that I took them. So it'll automatically put them into a folder for the date that you actually took the photos, and you just have to make sure that you have the time and date set correctly on your camera. So this way they will import into the correct location. And then at that point, that's pretty much it. You can also double click on the photos here to see a larger view. And down here on the left, you can switch it between thumbnails and, single photo. So if you want to get a closer look and you don't want to import extra files that are out of focus, for example, you can go through here and pixel peep a little bit just to get a, better idea of what the photos look like. But after that, all you got to do is hit import and the photos will start importing. All right, so because I already imported these photos in the past, I'm just going to import a few of them so you can see. So I'm going to shift click here to deselect most of these. So I just selected all those. And then what I will do is I will click this photo, and then I will shift click down here so I don't import those. And then I will command click to select these. I don't want to import any of those. So now that they're all highlighted, I'm just going to uncheck, and those files all unchecked. So what I am going to import are these two pictures, and I'm going to import these first 4 photos right there. So let me click the import button, and we will see how she goes. Now notice here on the left it says current import. See right here it just said current import, but it actually switched to previous import because the importing is now done. So notice that. So I'm not actually on the folder that these files are located. Now, because these files are older, what you can do is, in order to find where they are in the Lightroom catalog, you can at any time right click on a folder and then just go to folder in library. So that's what I'm going to do here. And you can see these photos were taken on 6/5, and there they are. So that's how you can go about finding it. And then you can scroll back up here and you can go to previous import. And I took these photos on a different day, so I can just right click on that and I can go to show folder in library. And these were taken on 6/6, a different day, as you can see here. And here's one of the photos. So that is pretty much it for importing photos to Adobe Lightroom. I really hope you got something out of this video. And if you have any questions, if I missed something, or you're still confused or whatever in one way or another, please just let me know in the comments area below, and I'll help you out. It's not exactly super complicated, but if you never did it before and you're new to computers and stuff like that, you might be clicking something wrong, or you might not realize something might be happening and you might not know why. So don't hesitate to ask questions below the video, and I will be happy to try to help you guys out. And also, if you got something out of this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And I hope you guys have a really great day. I'll catch up with you guys next time, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. All right, take care. Have a good one.